Hello everybody, welcome to GT Planet and welcome back to another video here on our YouTube channel. I'm Chaz Draycott, the lead video producer for GT Planet, and I'm sorry it's been a while since I've been on your screens actually. I've been moving house as you can see, and I'm now in my new location and all set up and ready to go. So we're sorry that it's been a while, but we are back and we are going to be having a lot of fun, it's safe to say. The first video back for me, recording wise anyway, is going to be today's tuning video. We've done a few of these before and they're really good fun. I love recording these because it really gets me sort of to build this relationship with the cars I have here on Gran Turismo 7. We're not going to be playing with this thing though, which I was using for another video, the GR010. Love that car though. We're going to be playing with something far more legendary, not even just in Gran Turismo terms, but in so many other terms in the car world. The Nissan Skyline R34 GTR V-Spec 2 Newer Edition. Oh my god, you are so loud today. Just give it a sec. I don't think that does it justice. Anyway, what we're going to be doing is taking on what I think is one of the most ominous races in Gran Turismo 7. And it is the World Touring Car 600 race at the Tokyo Expressway. I've seen so many people ask how you do this before, and as you all know, if you know the game well enough, it is a nightmare of a race. You earn a lot of money for doing so, but the conditions and the sort of longevity of it and the strategy of it make it mighty difficult. It's this race. I've done it, I think, once or twice before where I've won it, and it was a real fluke, like a last lap job where I took the race victory. It's 25 times tyre wear. PP is limited to 600, but you get over 500,000 credits for taking the win. You're up against some fierce competition though, and some of these cars are really highly tuned. Coco Bun's RX-7 is just unreal. Amazing car, and he's usually the guy to beat in this race. Shortcut penalties are heavy, and there's no wall collision penalties because, let's face it, you're going to hit a wall at some point. The race starts out wet from what I remember. So what we're going to do is just show you how the Skyline performs here. I'm not going to do the full run through in the Skyline, but just give you an idea of where the car is at. We're going to have a try of it in its current guise, and then we're going to use a setup that somebody sort of inadvertently shared in the forums back in October. They posted a really quick time. I think his name's Breeminator. Sorry, I should probably remember that before I check this again. Yeah, it's Breeminator. He put a thread up about how quickly he did the race in this car, and it was a ridiculous time. Won the race by a minute and a half over the AI. So I'm really excited to try and give it a go and see whether we can sort of mimic the performance he did. You all know I'm not a fantastic driver, but either way, he's shared the setup for the car, so I'm going to take that on board, see what we can do with it, and hopefully go and get an easy way of winning this race. I do just need to make sure that, yes, we are on sports hard tyres, just because if you go on slicks and you're in the wet, it's going to be a lot of death. So let's give it a first initial go, just to show you where the Skyline's at in terms of performance. There she is, in the typical blue. And you can see already, straight off the bat, cars are disappearing in a straight line away from us. Over 300 horsepower under the bonnet in this thing, but it does not have the straight line capability of the cars that we are chasing at all. And that's part of the problem here. Because there's so many long straights, because it's such a smooth circuit in so many places, you have to be right on the money in terms of straight line speed, but also decent handling characteristics, because the circuit has got a lot of long sweeping corners where you need to feel like there's some form of downforce underneath the car. Hit the brakes for the first time, and it doesn't really want to slow down at all. You've got to be so smooth. There's a bit of understeer. There's a lot of moisture on the outside of the circuit there as well. There is definitely a line, a drying line in these early stages. I'm just tiptoeing it for now. Some of the AI do tend to hold each other up a little bit in the early stages, and it gets lighter over the course of the race as well. That's something you have to look out for. You have to get ready for where the reflections and things are on the circuit. I'm just tiptoeing so much at the moment. But like I say, and like you can see, this is not the car for the job. Sure, here it might be alright because you get a bit of performance out of it while the other cars are holding each other up. Might feel fantastic around here, but it's not going to be as quick as what we're chasing. Hey, a bit of oversteer there on the brakes. Hello. And we're going to be using the same tyres on the tuned version of the car, which is quite important to note. I really don't like this section here, you know. I think this is a very tough bit. Oh, I've hit the moisture. I could feel the understeer. The wheel went light. Using the Thrustmaster TGT2 again today with accompanying pedals, which we got sent back in May last year. Wow, nearly a year ago actually. It's nearly a year I've been doing this for GT Planet. Jordan and Andrew have been very good to me, and I'm very grateful for them having me on board. And like I say, now I'm back and all moved in and properly sorted out. The content should come thick and fast now. I'm in a much better position to be recording content for you all again. Love the way the car smoothly goes up through the gears, but it's obviously not what we want for this race. You want to be making much more consistent progress in the early stages of this race than we are doing now. And look at the time on the left-hand side there, just as we go down the straight. I'm going to keep it pinned up through the gears, but look at that gap to the leader going up, to the cars in front going up. It's not cutting the mustard, is it, unfortunately? Which isn't something you often say about a Nissan Skyline R34 V-Spec 2, never mind the newer edition. This is the demonstration I wanted to give you, that the car is not going to do the job as it is. I've said it enough times now, you get the idea. So we're going to come out of this, we'll go and tune the car, and then we'll show you what it can really do, and I'm going to get dead excited about it. You're going to have to excuse me though, because I'm going to do a lot of looking over here. I will put the 2 images up that he's put for the actual setup sheet as well at this stage, just so you can have a quick look at them. You can pause the video here if you really want to, and have them on your screen if you want to go and copy this setup as well. So what we're going to do is go to GT Auto first off, because if you look up in the top left of the image that I've put up on screen, you will see that there is an engine swap available for this car. It's 1.1 million credits, so it's a lot, but if you do this race twice, you'll obviously earn your money back. Ish. 788 horsepower in this thing. I cannot wait to get that under the bonnet. Obviously, it's a shame to get rid of the RB26. It usually has. Awesome animation. Never get bored of seeing that, but that's the loudest thing in the world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just having a quick check as well. We need to wide body the car as well, so that's another 50 grand there. We don't really want to go for any previews, but you can see just how beefy it makes those arches. We need to also add the wide wheels on it, another amazing animation for you to enjoy. We need to add the widest wheels that we can as well, and obviously sort the offset of said wheels out, because they are way too far inside those arches, thank you. So we go to car customization. We'll choose some fancy wheels, probably some wheels I've already got actually, to be honest with you, because I do own a few on here at the minute that I really like. I love T37s. T37 the world, they say. But do we want something a bit more? I don't know. You got to put T37s on it. They've got to be white as well. We're going to paint the car white as well. I'm sorry. I know that a lot of you won't like that, but we're going to go for wide on the width and wide on the offset, and we'll install those. That looks naughty. There is also front and rear aero to think about as well, so we'll add the Type B splitter to the front. We'll go for the side skirts as well. We'll colour match the side skirts. And then on the rear, add a diffuser. And then a big wing as well. Big wing. So let's go for the high wing. Oh, I don't like how the middle struts are in that. Ooh, do we do it? Yeah. We'll go for some chunky end plates as well, because why not? That's down to you, though. You don't need to worry about doing any of that in a specific manner. And now it looks like a race car. So we need to go back and now buy some parts for this engine to do them up. And then we'll get it to the level we need, and then use the power restrictor to bring it back down a little bit to get it under that 600 performance points. Now I've gone ahead and purchased the parts for this engine, so we've got the racing silencer in the racing tab, as well as the torque vectoring center differential. It did say fully customizable transmission, but that's just the manual one. We've got a fully customizable computer as well, but it's this transmission that's in there, not the racing one, just a manual transition, so I think we're still going to get slow gear changes. We also need a power restrictor, and there's no ballast added at the moment, so we don't need to worry about that, just the power restrictor. Other than that, that is all the parts I'm pretty sure that we need for the car, so we'll go back to the garage now and we'll tune the thing. So all of this is as is. That is all exactly the same as the standard car, which is just seems very strange for one of these videos, because I wanted to do this when I saw how this was set up. I really wanted to do this video and show you guys, because it means that you don't have to go into a massively in-depth tune like we have before in the previous videos to get the outcome that you want. You know, sometimes it's as simple as just doing an engine swap and just making the car work for you with a tiny amount of adjustment. And if this works, then obviously it's going to be proof of that. A 327 he had on the rear aero, so I think he was maybe doing a bit of fine-tuning with just getting it under that PP adjustment. A fully customizable EPU is 100 with the power restrictor turned down to 79. So way down, which should give us, yep, 623 horsepower. The top speed was adjusted to 360, but just automatically, no other adjustment from that point. Moving over to the other image that he's uploaded, there is literally no other changes actually. Oh, yes there is, I'm being silly. The brake balance controller we need to go and get, so bear with me, we'll go back and grab that. And just for reference, that can be found over in the racing tab down here on the left hand side. At time of recording anyway. Front and rear balance is changed to 5 on the brake controller, and then other than that, based on what images we've got here, there is nothing else done to the car. So if we measure that, we should get 599.98. So yeah, let's well, go. Let's try and win this race with this car. Like I say, you don't have to do a massive amount to some of them, and that's the beauty of it sometimes. So put an engine swap in it, just sets the car up to be exactly where you need it for a certain race. So I'm going to make it look pretty, or I'm just going to paint it white, to be honest with you, and then we'll go and race it. Just so I can be a bit of a troll and just upset some of you here, I'm going to paint it in Toyota white. Just because I can. Because I can and I will. Hate me all you want. But look, white on white Skyline. Beautiful. I won't lie to you, actually. The first time that we did these tuning videos and came up with the idea of doing them and showing off what we can get from the forums and the amazing car tuning that we have here on Gran Turismo 7, the first race I thought of was this one, because it took me so long to get a car that suited this. I think I did it. I had a Subaru, I think, that I did it in. And like I say, I just fluked it in the end. I just got really lucky with, I think, my middle stint of the race, and that was that. Speaking of stints, actually, I'm going to look back at Breeminator's post. He's mentioned on here, torque vectoring diff, we've sorted that, brake balance all the way to the rear. He says it has no problem with fuel consumption, you can just rev it out with mix 1 all race long, so it would be fine with auto gears, unlike the DP100. I'm going to pretend to know what that means. Use traction control 3. He says it might initially feel like it handles badly, but it's just a matter of getting used to the braking points and the speed to take each corner. It's easy to drive if you don't push too hard. So, let's hope Chaz doesn't push this too hard, and let's have a go at the World Touring Car 600. This is probably a race, actually, where you could have multiple videos for this, because there's so many great cars we can do, so maybe I'll showcase this again further down the line. Anyway, for now, first attempt, Skyline. Well, that Audi sounded fantastic. Our car will also sound fantastic. Here we go. Let's see what the straight line speed's like now. Don't forget we've got long gears in the car as well, so 360 k's it's tuned to. And goodness me, look at it go. Woohoo! Yes. Straight off the bat. On the right of the Jag. There's a bit of moisture out there, so we still need to be careful of it. But that is naughty in a straight line. Having to lift there to go around people. Ooh, clip the Subaru. Just have to brake a little bit early now. I'm just scared of going way too hot because we've still got normal brakes on the car. Sports hard tyres. Oh, there's understeer there on the moisture. That's okay. Like Breeminator said, it might feel like it handles badly at first. Just takes time to get used to. Oh, it wants to spin up there as well. Don't forget the torque vectoring centre diff is set to 80-20. We're on a bit of the moisture on the inside here. Going to be using a little bit more lock than I was before. Just teasing it at the moment because we know that we're going to be dead fast in a straight line, so I'm just working with it gradually here. Definitely doesn't feel the best on the brakes, but that's just because it's going to be going at a higher speed everywhere. Can we sneak by? Ooh, thank you. Yes, like that. Like that. That felt really good through there. Again, just being careful. Being careful. Understeer's a little bit on the throttle because it's got so much power underneath it now, trying to go to all 4 wheels. I'm using this as a bit of a sighting lap, but then again, I mean, it's quick enough as it is, to be honest with you. Oh my goodness. What a noise that is as well. I know usually I'd go on the inside of the car here, but the visibility is not phenomenal. Look at everyone running wide. Hey, lively. Let's have a look inside though, just so you can see what it's like. Listen to that. The fact that there's long gear changes sounds like the old Le Mans car as well, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Go on, off the clock. There's 300 Ks. Still climbing. Still climbing. Oh my goodness me, we are absolutely pounding past everybody. 200 mile an hour and I'm on the brakes dead early. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Oh, bit of moisture again. Second lap in a row where I've done that. You see what I mean about the visibility though? I'd rather be up on top of the car. I think I just got a hit then, excuse me. but you've seen that we've got the straight line speed to conquer all here, so you don't need to put too much pressure on yourself in these middle sectors. I'm just gradually finding the limit with it, so I tried to sort of throw it in a little bit more on the exit there, just to put my foot down with a bit more throttle already loaded in. See whether the car will behave with it, and it does seem to. But obviously you need to be careful of tyres in this race. Sports hards should be okay, but obviously you need to still keep your eye on them. Hello. It's strange, it feels really heavy at certain points and then not at others. And then wind it up, and off we go. We'll go on board for this bit again. Because just listen. Flying. Absolutely monstering. Goodness. It's not as dramatic or as over the top as some of the cars that we've tuned before. But that is some speed. Still in 4th place though. Still got cars ahead of us. That felt late. Oh, look at that getting stopped though. Get off that moisture, Chaz, come on. Oh, it's so good around there. I like this. Don't know if you can tell. I think I've explained it in some of the videos that I've recorded before, but I always get scared of putting too much lock on just because it really makes you feel like you're killing the tyres, this Gran Turismo. It really makes you sort of empathetic for the tyres. Yeah, I know that was a bit understeering rubbish, but it's fine, we'll gloss over that. Cute. Well, that's Coco Bun's RX-7 dealt with. Tyres are surviving quite nicely. Obviously it gets drier and drier as the race goes on. Some of the moisture comes out of the circuit as it gets lighter. Still about 8.6 off the leader though. We're not making absolute strides into catching the race leader. Maybe the more confident I get as the race goes on, the quicker we can go. Again, I've done it again. That felt great round there. I probably look really angry because I'm concentrating, but that felt great. Here's Adam's GTR. Flying up to the back of him now. Ooh. Don't want to hit it. On the right. Oh, sneak. Sneaking through. Thank you, Adam. Gonna cut his nose off here. Thank you. Cut my own nose off. Okay. Now we go chasing down Gallo for the lead. Oh my goodness me. Well, that's my bad. Come on. Come on. It's a minor setback, but it's okay. Go on, Adam. We're just gonna... Yeah, I'm just being friendly. Maybe a bit too friendly there, sorry. One of the best things right now is the fuel consumption. The tyres are doing really well, but the fuel is doing even better. The fact that we've done 4 laps already, a third of the race, and we've only used a quarter of a tank shows you just how good it is on fuel. Not sure if the engine swaps actually add the sort of coinciding fuel tank into the car as well, because if it's got an endurance fuel tank in it, then sound. See, I got it right this time. Okay, now we're making waves. Now we're gaining time back on the leader. He's actually come in. Okay, so Gallo's pitted. So into the lead we go. Fastest lap of the race. Now it's just a case of managing it. We're just about to get to the... Well, the end of this lap will be the halfway point. We could probably just pit for tyres, to be fair, if we need to later on. We don't have to worry about fuel. I need to worry about my braking points, though. However, it's getting drier. The wide line... the dry line is getting wider, so there's a bit more flexibility in terms of pushing it in the corners and not being so scared of stepping on that wet, moist part of the circuit. I know some of you hate that word, so I'm sorry. It feels fantastic around here. I'm just trying not to scrub the tyres too much. I know I've got plenty of life in them, but I just don't want to completely ruin them, just in case it leads to me making a mistake or having a drama. But this does feel very good. It's very stable on the brakes as well, actually, which is an important thing. We're gaining more and more time on Adam behind us as well. Going even quicker now. Nearly 3/4 of a second quicker on this lap. I'd argue that that's going to go up as well, because that's one of the smoothest runs I've had out of the final corner all race. 2:10.494 to beat. 2:09.8. And we are now 10 seconds ahead of Adam at the front. This is great. Not even half a tank used. So I think we will pit for tyres, but we won't have to pit for fuel, because at the end of the day we can save time by not taking any fuel on board. The car will still be lighter come the end of the race, but we'll have fresh rubber underneath us. Ooh, hello, bit of water. Nice to have the reminder that you're there. Ooh, back end stepping out there. 12 seconds clear of Adam in the GTR. I'm just going to carry on. The tyres don't feel awful at the moment. I can just take my time a little bit more with it and adapt. The car's fast in a straight line, so it doesn't need to be as mentally quick in the corners. You know, I don't need to push it. That's not where we're gaining time on everybody. We're gaining it down the straights, and it's so much easier to gain it there than anywhere else on the track. As long as I just guide it around the corners safely, it's okay. May come in at the end of this lap, because it's about that sort of level of tyre wear where you're going to start to feel them go. So Swillow's into the pits now anyway as well. He's only got 1 fuel left. Oh, sorry, 1% fuel left, I should say. Yeah, the guys behind are all pitting, so... Oh, again! Flipping out. It's like there's a magnet on the outside of there. Yeah, that left rear is starting to go a little bit. More pit stops. We're 29, now 30 seconds clear of Gallo. Yeah, it's a little bit more understeery around there now. You can hear the tyres screaming for mercy a little bit. I say a little bit. Gotta be careful around corners like this now, because, yep, she wants to step out. And the thing is, as well, it's a downward spiral then, because once you wear the tyres out and they start to feel a bit shattered, then you need to obviously work harder to get the car to behave as you want it to around the corners, which then in turn shreds the tyres even more. So once they start going off, you may as well get them changed if you've got the chance. And we have the chance, so we're going to take it. Lost a bit of time to Gallo, actually, over the course of that lap. But we're going to come into the pits now, take new tyres. We've still got 4 laps to go. If I know where the pits is. Flat out into the pits. Boom. What an awful noise. Don't refuel it, boys. Here we go, straight back out. Now, he may not be 27 seconds behind us. However, that was a rapid pit stop. Why does it say he's 30? Oh, there you go. It's just flicked over now. So he's 14 seconds back. He's gaining on us because obviously he's got the straight line speed at the minute. But yeah, fresh rubber, light car, not even half a tank. Ooh. Stop it, Chaz. But hopefully this gives you all even more confidence in the setups and the tunes and things you can find on our forums, because if good old Chaz here can wrangle this thing to a victory in this race with relative ease, then you know you can as well. I'm concentrating so hard because I'm actually really aware that that gap to Gallo has come down. Just got to be ready for it to step out a little bit there, and that's all. The gap's gone back up a little bit, now back down again as he's closed in that sector. But then as we go down the straight, the gap will get bigger again. Awesome news. And Gallo's pitted again anyway, so mint. Now at this point, I know it's worth reiterating that obviously 1.1 million credits to put a race car engine in your already expensive, if you don't have one, Skyline R34 New Edition. It's not really a small investment. It's a lot of money. However, if you're going to use this as a credits grind, just do this once a day to get at least, I believe you'll do your marathon if you finish this one. You can get a roulette ticket every day from this. You get over 500,000 credits for winning the race. It can be just a solid money earner. And it's a great way to test your cars as well, because I feel like this circuit is a good place to do it. You've got to think about the straight line speed, you've got to think about fuel efficiency, but also you've got slow speed corners, high speed corners as well. Corners like that Chaz can't get out of very well. This is a really useful race, this. Blistering sector that. 1,000th quicker. Wow. A little bit more brake pressure there, Chaz, and you'll actually stop. It's actually a really tasty slide on the exit there. It doesn't affect the momentum too much. It's not going to kill you by sliding the back end there. It's just enough of a slip that you can hold the momentum and hold your speed. It's actually a healthy one. Fastest lap of the race now by a second that time round. It was that first sector. That's what that was all about. That extra thousandth really did us a lot of good. 35.9 seconds clear right now over Kokobun. Over a quarter of a tank left to go. Tyres are in good nick. What a great combination this is. But what will be cool will be to do more tuning videos on this circuit and with this race as well, as a bit of a control test to see what sort of other cars we can get this much, not domination out of, but, you know, see whether we can compare the times with little old me behind the wheel. As long as we don't go in a wall. Oh, don't get ahead of yourself, Chaz. Still faster. There's a blue flag being waved there because there's a car in front of us. We're actually going to lap somebody by the look of it. Oh, upsettingly, it's the Viper. Now, I really like a Viper. But, yeah, I can't imagine it's the best car for this sort of race. Good in a straight line. Awful on fuel consumption, I take it. Squeeze me. Stop. I saw him close up on the brakes then, so I got a little bit scared. Nice little slide out of there. Let's have another one here. Oh, never mind then. Still, this works. This absolutely works. A 40-second race victory. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. One of the hardest, most infamous races in the game, I'd say. Dealt with brilliantly. Awesome. Really good. And what a great car to do it in as well. The Nissan Skyline R34 GTR V-Spec 2 New Edition with a Nissan R92 CP engine in it. That's just a hell of a combination, isn't it? Still, I knocked it about a little bit, hit a few walls here and there. Didn't completely ruin our day. There is the result then. 41-second victory in the end. Over a minute ahead of most cars in the field, and then even lapping somebody at the end. So that is our latest tuning video here on GT Planet. As I've said, it's sure an expensive one, but you can earn your money back very quickly with this. I'll show you the credits actually that you get for it, obviously. Over 500,000. And if you do that each day, you'll get you 26 miles as well, so you get a roulette ticket. Oh, only 3 stars. Come on, give me a break. But still, it's an expensive one, but it's a simple one. Very simple to follow this. You don't have to buy loads of parts and, you know, really minutely fine-tune them. You can just whack a good engine in it, put some decent bits of kit on it in addition, and that's it. And then you can easily get your money back. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you as well to Breeminator for his post in the forums. Don't forget to check out the forums yourself, because there's so many amazing people on there with great advice, great setups for whichever races you want to do in the menu books and obviously in world circuits as well. Go out there and just enjoy it. Enjoy the fact that we can tune these cars so well on this game. It really is a joy to do it. I've always enjoyed recording these and I'll continue to do so as well. I've been Chaz Draycott, lead video producer for GT Planet. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.